Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're looking at, episode 30, I believe. This actually is episode 30 this time. And, we are looking at the start of the Revolt Wars. And, let's go ahead and get into it. And, it probably doesn't exactly look like this. These are, of course, different groups. And to show that, we're gonna change these into their different groups. It looks more like this, and yeah, you're just gonna have to bear with me even more. But I think we're gonna start off down to the south, and we're gonna work our way up. So starting off down here, these guys, we're gonna use a lighter color to show that they're invading into this land. But they're gonna quickly take this little piece of land over here, and they're gonna slowly move out from here into some of these territories that aren't really guarded by the army exactly. And then we got like this. But, eventually something goes bad for this rebellion. And that problem is, their core territory kind of breaks away from the main area and forms a new government for that area. So, it gives the time for the pink team to fight back a bit. And, but, they're going to be able to take most of it down right away. Was not a very strong government. These down to about right here, and they'll slowly start moving in on the city, major city, and take it, and they will end up capitulating the rest. But at this point, all of their allies are sending supplies over, and eventually they meet up in the south, in the southern border, and their capital is basically up the very north. But, this is going on at the same time as all the other wars. But, they make two major spearheads. As you start moving out to each one, eventually they pick up a lot of speed. And they capture the first one. And they, get behind enemy front lines. And that's always not good. Eventually, they will fight back a bit on this side, on this front line. And up here a little bit. And, eventually, they kind of just, the purple team signs like a peace treaty with them. Well, not yet actually, because we see a whole another government pop up. This is also funded by the, yeah, it's Revolt War, so I think you pretty much know what's happening, but all this land over here is being taken over by this new government over here, and it's taking this major city, and they're moving on towards the next one. So, the Revolt Wars aren't going that good. But, eventually, this one over here kind of collapses as the front line does. And they will be starting, the invasion will be started once again. And they've almost made it all the way around this major city up here, taking back a lot of this land right here. To where eventually, they will just surrender. On the condition that they will get their independence. But they won't get any land. They won't get any more land than what they originally had. So that's good for them. We're going to have them fully peace over. But down here, things are not looking as good for the pink team, as even more of the land has been taken down in the south. Even going up the coastline of Africa, so it looks about like this. And eventually they'll also peace out with these guys to where they will get to occupy these two major cities down here and the rest of that land over there. Something about like this. And they will also get their independence. So that war is over, and we can pretty much see the age of colonization ending around this point. There are a lot of ideas of independence all around, and eventually this will have consequences later. But moving on, this gold team right here is going to be taking some land. It's going to be cutting off this land down here. This major city will hold out until it will eventually declare its own independence as a lime color country. And then we also see another independence being declared as this area declares independence from the other one. So yeah, it's a very big mess down here, but the peach team will go ahead and take this one. Take over this one up here in the north and start their invasion down into the main one. And they will also invade into the giant pink one, sending most of their forces here, taking this major city, and going down south like this. They still want to hold on to their colonial empire, but looks like they might not be able to, but they actually are just kind of steamrolling through this guy over here. And what they do is they sign peace treaty with these two. They can still fight each other, but they're going to start fighting the pink one, and their independence will be guaranteed. So yeah, it works like that. Eventually, they capture the capital, and during this, this one is pretty much destroyed. They link back up with the South American Ocean, and from there, it's pretty much over. These two kind of unify into one. That'll be able to push them back a bit, but yeah, a whole new front line just started into these guys. I'm gonna change this color. But yeah, anyway, the sign team will pop back up here. And that is pretty much the end of these revolt wars. Moving on to the north now, to the lime team. This one is very difficult because of all the stuff that's happening. But the more powerful one will end up taking the capital city of the last one. And both their capital cities are right by each other. These are their capitals, which is pretty stupid. But they'll start a major front line through here. And they'll connect up, leading to pretty much instant collapse of these guys. And the lime team will make their invasion in, which pretty much decimates them. And the lime team is not doing too well either, because another group just popped up right here. Probably has like all that land. And the cyan team just popped back up again down here. Let's see. We have another super massive country declaring their independence, which quickly sparks into another government, and the original government quickly sparks into another government, and the government over here will quickly spark into another government. So, yeah. Not looking very good. Eventually, this major city down here declares their independence as well. But they are very loyal to the lime team. But the lime team is pretty much just gonna leave this. They're gonna say, "We'll give you all independence, but we are allowed to claim some of this land back." And they're fine as long as they get their independence. But right before the main part of this happens, we see one last group getting their independence. And yeah, it's not looking too good for the Lion team. We quickly move back down here to the Cyan team, where things are going very well for the Cyan team once again. The Cyan team is one of the more powerful groups, and they are pretty much able now, currently, anyway, are fighting a lot faster as their troops are very split out, and they're trying to help their allies as well. So, yeah, not going too good there. Down here, purple team will make a counter attack into the heart of this territory. So now the front line has expanded greatly. And, yeah, so it's not looking too good for these guys right now. Moving on to the Dark Cyan team. The Dark Cyan team goes into this land immediately and pretty much captures these 3 major cities and this northern one here as well. When you start going into this area, it's very heavily populated, this coastline right around here, especially up to Gibraltar. But yeah, it's very heavily populated. But as soon as they start doing this, this one, which is more out of touch with the forces of the Dark Cyan team, is going to be very successful in their attack, capturing 2 major cities at the very beginning. And a third one right there that was on the kind of on the border, and another 4th one down here. Eventually, the back here land, it was already kind of settled by these guys, these 4. So it'll be conquered. A new government is going to be declared here. So that happens, but taking a break from this, we need to move on to the Mayans. And they take all of this land up here, so they have a very... This is actually kind of like a colony, so yeah, they have updated their tech very well. And we also need to see Colombia, who will be going ahead and meeting up with the border of the Mayans. Just like that. And so, boom, there was our break taken from this mess. And I know this is a lot of stuff to take in right now. I'm just going pretty fast. But we're going to take a break from this because, again, and we're going to move down to the dark green team. And this happens very fast, and it'll quickly split into, at the very beginning, it's kind of like a civil war. A big rebellious group way over here is going to take all this land. And they're going to quickly move into some of this land, starting to occupy it. The main government isn't really that strong, but they will scramble their armies together, and they will eventually make a counterattack in the north, leading to the capturing of this major city. And they will quickly start to move back behind these front lines, and eventually take a little bit more of it to go about like this. But there'll be a lot of rebellions today, so we see already another one popping up down here that wants their independence as well. And now they're fighting a 2-front war. And this side government over here is honestly probably as these 2 governments, the purple one and this light cyan one, are probably as strong as the dark green team government combined. So, it's not really that good. It's not that good. And they take this major city and move over to the purple team. And they're very peaceful with each other. They're pretty democratic. Whereas the dark green team government is more like an aristocracy, which are very big things in this time. There are a lot of aristocracies. But eventually, they will decide to surrender to try to keep what they have, and we will see the peace treaty. And here is the peace treaty. So I'm starting off, all this land, right down here, goes back over to this side government, and no, these pieces go back over to the main government, and all of this, I mean this, go back over to purple team. So these are our new borders, and there is a major city on the border, but that's fine. Now to add the capitals, which this one will be right here. You may notice that there's kind of like a little spear that's kind of slicing towards it, which is kind of an advantage that they got in the peace treaty. But this one is going to be way over here. So yeah, there we have 2 new countries on the map. And the final event of the day is the addition to one of these alliances. And if you guessed the 3-star alliance, then you would be correct. And first though, this country leaves. It didn't really have a purpose of joining in the first place. But next, the light red team will join the 3-point star alliance. And this is because the cyan team promises their once big empire back. They promise all this missed land that they used to have. They promise it all back under this alliance. So they go ahead and accept, leading to one of the most powerful alliances. And never mind, we're seeing a new power rankings, which have changed a bit, so let's start them off. The Mediterranean country is first, followed by the cyan team in second, and the peach team in third. Fourth is the purple team. Fifth is the other purple team. Sixth is the blue team, and seventh is the red team. Eighth is the light red team. Ninth is the yellow team. 10th is the light dark cyan team. 11th is China. 12th is Korea. 13th is the dark cyan team. 14th is the hot pink team. 15th is the lime team. 16th and 17th are the orange and dark purple team. 18th is Australia. And 19th is this light purple team. And finally, 20th is the South African team. Sorry for getting distracted, but let's continue with the revolt wars. All this area over here joins the light brown team, but it is quickly invaded by this purple team, who is quickly going to assimilate some of these areas into their country. And it's looking more blobby now, but this is what it looks like. And over here, more and more of these cities just get taken by this team until all the brown team is taken. And the brown team's identity kind of changes because it's over here now. But it'll stay the same. And it will invade back into its old territory a little bit too. Take one major city. But now we have another gigantic rebellion down south. And it takes a lot of land. Probably about all this land. But just like last time, it'll be some of this is quickly taken by the light purple team, which is a very strong country at this point. The dark cyan team ends up taking a little bit from here and pieces out with all 3 of these countries, granting them independence. Down here in the peach team, a new rebellion is appearing, and the dark or reddish brown team appears once again, and it takes back all of its former land, which is a very big deal. But this thing is pretty short-lived, and it kind of collapses in on itself into kind of like the old states. So we have a state here, which I'm going to quickly change to a different color. We're going to have a state here, and the rest kind of just falls. The light cyan team, the light green team takes back some land. Ends up taking a little bit more of this, gives it back over to the light peach team, and they will quickly take even more of this territory back over to them. But yeah, they end up killing most of it off, but it is still not going too well for these guys. But eventually they will take back this whole thing and kind of just joins up with them again. But they start to lose control. Over this area right here. And they start losing control over it. Which isn't very good. And they lose control to the northern part of the sea. And with this, we might not see a peach team empire for very much longer. Here, in the blue team, they end up taking this whole thing out right here. And they will start their invasion into this one. The blue team's not messing around. But eventually, these two start fighting each other, with the stronger one winning, which is actually the smaller one. And then they take all this land before this land goes back over to them. And they will start their invasion of the main thing. But not so fast, because this one way back here will be able to take some land. And when I say some, I mean a lot. There are really no forces that were stationed back here. And they invade into this area. And all this land kind of goes over to this area. And the blue team is not looking too well. They end up piecing out with all these guys, and they will keep their colonial empire. The red team, their colonial empire is pretty strong, so we'll take out this one over here. And up here, they will start their invasion back up into here. But it's such a narrow corridor back here. Once they get to here, they're just kind of done. They don't really feel like they don't really have the resources to fight anymore. So they also peace out. The Mediterranean country will quickly start their invasion of this land up here. And they will take pretty much all this land. Their empire is very strong. They are still first in the world. But a new little thing kind of pops up here. It takes over a lot of land. They will quickly repel these forces, though, up to here, to where they invade into the recently occupied land. This one pieces out with them after the city is taken, and then get close to some more. These two piece out. Now we just have the yellow team left. Wait, scratch that. The Baltic area of the purple team has just broke away. Northern areas appear break away, pretty much leaving an end to the purple team's colonial empire. Over here, though, the yellow team will try to fight back, but there's really no avail. 3 major cities have already been captured by this one, and the Icelandic one will also move in, taking the rest of this from these guys, and leading to a very narrow corridor here, capturing most of this land. And the yellow team pieces out, meaning that this should be the end to the first revolt war. Now, I say first for a reason, because there could be more, and I'm confirming it. There will be more in the future. I'm not going to tell you when though. And now we need to get to this peace treaty, which will be the last event of the video. Here is the peace treaty, and it may be overwhelming, so we're going to take it step by step. Down in the pink team's colony, they lose quite a bit of land. I mean, better than what they could have lost, I guess. But all this land right here goes over to this light pink team, and all that goes over there. So that's how much they leave with moving on to the peach team. They get all this land right here, and that land right there. The gold team right here gets this land, this, and this land. Meanwhile, the rest of this goes over to this peach team. This pink team gets all that. The cyan team here gets all this. But then, up here, the old city rebellion actually just becomes independent on its own, and the rest of this goes over to there. And the line team stays exactly the same. But, that is what we have for up here, there's up here, peach team gets that piece back. That piece, and a few more pieces of land. And then the rest of this is kind of split between the two of them. And, there we go. There is the, peach team peace treaty. Up here in the line team, yeah, they lost a lot of land, but, they end up getting a bit of land back. Not that much. Purple team takes over this much. They stay the same. This light blue team here kind of got wrecked for some reason in the peace treaty. I guess they didn't really have good negotiators, but, they have that much land now at the end. This area gets split up between these two. Up here, this purple team gets all that. All this land goes back over to these guys. The dark cyan team and these areas around them. But the problem is right here, which I do not remember what actually happens with it. So we will be giving this is what's gonna happen now. There we go. And the rest of this goes over to the brown team, which means these two have been divided up, and this one looks worse, so I think I'm going to change these borders real quick. And here we go. The borders have been fixed a bit. This will work for now, but moving on, we have some more areas that we need to get to. Like, specifically, up here in the blue team, we'll be getting all this country back. And all this land right here. This pink team will be getting all this land, which is a lot. And the rest of this land goes over to the peach team. Right here. Down and over here, this maroon team gets all this. I don't remember who the rest of this goes to. So, we're gonna turn this into a whole new country right here. Wait. Moving on, up to the red team, they get all this land back. And the rest of it just goes over back to this purple team right here. Up here, this dark toned purple, it's all that. Meanwhile, the Mediterranean country gets all this back, with that and that going over to them, and this going over to that team. Up to the yellow team, we see a country over here split off. This country, we get all this, and then Iceland, who will get all of this. And the rest of this, there are two new countries that will be forming. An orange one, and the rest just goes up to the yellow team. Moves. And then over here in the purple team, they just lose all their colonies. They don't get anything. Borders stay exactly the same. And zooming out, we can see that it now looks like this. But I might need to change some of these colors. So I've changed the color of a bit of these, and now we need to give all of these guys capitals. And boom, here are our capitals. So there are a lot of new countries, 35 to be exact, and then 35 new colony countries, and then 2 new over here, the purple and the light green team. But that'll do it for today's episode. Pretty big episode. Revolt Wars ended. The first Revolt War ended. And things are going to start heating up a lot more and a lot quicker. And I also want to point out the timeline. The year is probably around, at the end of these wars, around 1790. So we probably went through about 60 years there, because these revolts took a lot of time, and most of the world was just trying to get their economy to go up, stay neutral, and because the economy was very down at this time. But that'll do it for today's episode. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please share your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.